Today, we are going to discuss how to access Libby, the digital library, on your iPad, iPhone, or Android device. First, you need to download the Libby app. So on an iPad, which is what I am showing you here, that is the App Store. On an Android device, you'll probably have to look for Google Play, but it's going to be essentially the same thing. You're going to end up in your App Store. You're going to look for the search button, and then type in the word Libby. Libby. And press search, and you should find Libby by Overdrive. On an iOS device, click there for the download. It will install it onto your device. And then when it's ready, you can press open. In the Libby app, the very first time, we're going to have to connect the app to your library card. So it's going to ask you, do you have a library card? Click on yes. And then you are going to want to find your library. So we are going to search for a library on this list of options. Search for a library. Then you'll want to type in Northern Waters. And up on the pop-up list, you should end up with this as an option. The Wisconsin Public Library Consortium. You will click on that. Here you are in the Wisconsin Digital Library. You're going to want to sign in with My Card, which is over here on the right-hand side. Again, this is only the first time you ever log into Libby. After you do it the first time, you don't have to go through all of this rigmarole. And then Northern Waters Library Service is starred or should have a star next to it. So just click on that as your option. And now you'll want to enter your library card number. It's a very long number on the back of your card. You don't need to enter the spaces. Enter that long number in there and click OK. And now you'll want to click Next. And congratulations, you are logged into Libby. There are various ways to find titles for you to check out. You can go to the Lucky Day category, and those are all items that are available right now with no waiting. However, if you have a certain title in mind, you are going to want to do a search. The search feature is here, this magnifying glass, and then you'll type into the search bar title or author or subject that you would like to look for. I'm going to type in Little Women. Now, here are your options that show up when you type in Little Women. This shows you everything that's available in the Wisconsin Digital Library. You'll notice that the green-covered Little Women, I had already checked that one out, so it indicates that. It's on your loans shelf in the kind of blue text. You'll notice the next one over, Little Women. If you look below the cover image, you'll see these little tiny earbuds, and that indicates that it is an audio book. If it's a regular ebook, it will not show you the little earbud icon. You can look through this whole list of various options that came up based on your search, but if you want to narrow the field of what has popped up in your results, you can click on the menu over here and it'll give you all sorts of options to narrow down the field of search. One of the refinement features that patrons seem to really like is the availability and looking for things that are available now. If you want an item to listen to or read right now, you'll want to click on this. And then when you go back to your results, you will see the only items that show up are items which are available for checkout right at the moment you are looking at them. You can also click on any of these cover images and it will take you to a little description of the item that you're looking at. Once you've decided you're going to check out an item, you can click on the borrow and then it will bring up a window that asks you how long would you like to borrow it for. I think you have an option of 7, 14, or 21 days. Once you decide how long you'd like to borrow it for, then you can click on borrow again, the reddish purple button, and now you have checked this item out. You can open the book, click on the cover, and it'll open up to a full page. There you go. And then you can read away. If you want to get back to the menu, you have to click down at the bottom of the page, and then it will bring your menu up, and you can click on the back button, which is on the top left here, and it will take you back to the menu bar down along the bottom here. and options again on where you want to go. That is how you would request an item that is available and check it out. However, if you see an item that you want, but it says place hold, like this item here, you need to place a hold on it because there are other people in our library system that already have the copy checked out, and or there are more people waiting to check it out ahead of you. If you look on this example, the audiobook of Little Women, it gives you an estimation of how long it'll be until you get that item, about 2 weeks, this one says. And it tells you how many people have it checked out, how many people are ahead of you. In my experience with the digital library, I find that estimate to be usually always the most time you would ever spend waiting for it. And in most cases, you usually don't wait that long. Just as an insider bit of information for you with my experience using the digital library. All right, so if you decide, okay, 2 weeks is fine, I will put a hold on this. You want to click on the reddish purplish place hold button here on the screen. Then you will have a hold on that item. Now, if this is the first time you've ever been on Libby, you're going to need to add an email address so that you can be contacted when this item becomes available. Or you need to activate other notifications on your device in order to know that the item you have on hold is now available for you. You would click down here on the multiple lines little icon, it's the menu icon, and then it'll say, please configure how you would like to receive notifications from Libby. And you'll want to click on Manage Notifications. Now, you have a bunch of different options here of how you receive your notifications. And then if you go all the way down here, so you can adjust these as you like, all the way down at the bottom here, it says something about notifications and email right down here at the bottom. And if you need to fix this, you'll click here, and then it'll give you a chance to put in your email address right there in that box, and you'd click next and follow the prompts along, and then that way you will be sent an email when your item becomes available. This is very important because after your item becomes available, it's only available for checkout for 3 days. Otherwise, they give up on you and they move on to the next person. And then I have one more piece of information for you which will work as a courtesy to other users of the digital library, but also would be helpful when people do it for you as a courtesy. So you'll see what I mean when I show you this. You can return an item early. If you go to your current loans and go to Manage Loan, which is right here, and click on that, and then you have the option to return early, and it'll ask you again, do you really want to return early? Click the purplish, reddish return button. And then you've returned that item early. The reason why this is a nice courtesy thing to do for other patrons is there are different loan models for items. Without getting too complicated, it sometimes means that if you have an item, other patrons cannot borrow that item at the same time. So all those books you see on hold, people are waiting for them. And if you return an item early, then the next patron on the list can check it out much more quickly. Just like a regular book, if you would return a regular book to your library in person, back to the library, the next person can obviously check it out. And it works just the same on the digital library. So I just wanted to point out that feature to you. Also, you can only check out a total of 10 items at a time. So if you're close to that limit, it's nice to be able to return items early as well. And there you have it. That's my take on how to use Libby and the digital library. My name is Sarah. I'm from the Manitowish Waters Library. I hope this video has helped you out today. Thanks for watching.